Nico Robin is absolutely badass, bro. I must have forgot that she was really like that because since she joined the Straw Hat, she's been a little bit more in the background. She hasn't been like bad or anything like that. She's actually been a really great addition, I feel like, but she's been more sort of observing situations, sort of trying to learn a little bit more about history as she does, being an archaeologist and trying to discover this true history. She hasn't been in the action really too much. She hasn't been in the forefront of situations, but in this episode was basically solely focused on her, and she was fighting Yama, the chief commander of the Divine Soldiers, pretty much. And bro, she violated this man. It was actually horrendous to see. Like he was trying to fight his best, and he was chasing her down at one point. But really, she was just luring him out of the ruins because that's what she cares about. She cares about history. She cares about ruins. She cares about learning the truth about what this world was in the past. But she lures him out to this open space and just destroys this dude, like using her abilities. She snaps his fingers. She like launches him into a tree. She literally rolls him off a cliff. Like is brutal. Like this dude gets absolutely destroyed by Robin. And like I said, I must have just forgot she was like that. She is a notorious person. She has this big bounty on her. She's been traveling with some of the most notorious pirates in the world, people like Crocodile. She's been in situations where she's had to fight, and she's had this crazy bounty since she was a little kid. And you often forget that because, like I said, she has been in the background a little bit more with the Straw Hats since she joined back in Alabasta, and not in a bad way, but like seeing her back at the forefront like this and just beating the shit out of this chief commander of the Divine Soldiers, who's not a joke, by the way. Like this dude's quite strong. Yeah, she's cool, man. I love Robin. She's badass, and not just that. That was only the start of this episode. She has now discovered the ruins of Shandora, the city of gold, and she's actually found it. She, after all this time, we've been talking about it for a little while now since we learned about Noland and his sort of lies or whatever. It's been confirmed. We know for sure this place does exist, and it also spoke the language of the poneglyph, or at least the writing of the poneglyph. She found one of those, pillars with that writing on it, which means that whoever lived here, I mean the Shandorians obviously, wrote in this text, this poneglyph, which speaks the language of the history. She can learn a lot from here, and she also believes that the Rio poneglyph might exist here, which is what she's been looking for this whole time. That's what she was looking for in Alabasta, that could tell the true history. And she believes that the Shandorians tried to fight to protect this thing, and they lost back in the day. And maybe that's why they were banished, or that's part of how they were basically excavated, I guess, from up here. That's not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Basically, there's a lot of history to be discovered here, and the fact that Nico Robin is here to discover it all makes me super excited because that's her whole thing. That's her dream, to discover the true history. So this is awesome. For me, Nico Robin is still one of the most intriguing members of the Straw Hat Pirates because we know quite a lot about every other member except her. We don't really know her history. We know her goals and what she wants, and we know a little bit about her personality, but we still don't know exactly where she came from, why she's doing what she's doing, besides her own intrigue. We've got backstory on basically every other pirate except for her, so I'm hoping we learn a little bit more about her eventually. But going along with her and discovering this history with her and finding all these discoveries and ruins and stuff like that is something I really, really enjoy. Whenever she's speaking about history and we're learning a little bit about the lore and the history of the world of One Piece, I'm locked in, bro. So her finding Shandora, I think, is great. And we still have Luffy inside this giant snake, and he's even discovering little bits here and there about the City of Gold, potentially in the history of Skypiea and Shandora, even. So that's great as well. There's so much still, I feel like, there is to be discovered in this place and the history, and it's just exciting, man. Also, a bit of a side note, Enel in this episode again was absolutely terrifying. The way he just appeared next to that Shandorian soldier and killed him and said 24 people left was so cold-blooded. Like, this dude is a menace. He's terrifying. He's a demon. Do you know what I mean? This scary dude. I know I said about it a lot in the last video, but he just continues to surprise me with how actually menacing this dude is. Yeah, overall, I thought this episode was great. The build up to the reveal of Shandora has been fantastic, and the actual reveal itself and Robin being the one to discover it, I think is perfect, is so fitting. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next.